To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
All right. Basement Banter, episode 134. One day, 2 episodes, but it's not gross.
I'm sorry. Oh, I get your reference.
Damn, there we
Took
go.
me a second.
Thor, Brian, you just saw
We can
us.
still throw up poop in a cup.
No, I'm good. Yeah, take it there. So why are we doing 2 episodes in one day, Brian?
Because I'm silly enough not to get out of your house.
When he had chances. He had so many chances to leave.
And we
he
happen
didn't.
to, it happens to be
D23.
D23.
We talked about it earlier on the last video.
You were supposed to do a Thor's Thoughts on what we got here, but I didn't get out fast enough, so now we get to do an episode
Yeah, we do.
what happened today at D23.
So Disney Plus had their presentation just a couple hours ago, or literally within the last hour and a half, and really 2 giant pieces of news. Oh, there's the Lady and the Tramp live action trailer that was released. We didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
They released it, but I didn't
Okay.
watch it. So they released that trailer. We didn't watch it. We're not here to talk about that. 2 things. Number 1, Mandalorian. Let's go. That trailer.
It's a good trailer.
That was a great trailer. The stormtrooper heads on the pikes, like the Death Troopers, the row of Death Troopers. When he's like, bounty hunting's not an easy business or something like that. Some slick
It's a
line.
complicated profession.
Thank you. And then you got some hand-to-hand combat. He slices that dude in half with the door.
Unbelievable.
You get Gina Carano. You get some great Star Wars imagery. You get some space battles. It looked magnificent. This looks like a Western shoot 'em up.
I love Westerns,
the
so I'm all
cowboy, or not the cowboy, the robot that was like boom boom shooting all over.
Isn't that what is that? Is that a specific? Isn't he a specific named one? Because
I'm
I know
sure.
there's
I'm
like an
sure.
assassin. That's like an assassin droid, and I remember there was a name for this
He's
person.
the shooty robot that I saw in it just now a little while ago. On the
I think he's got
trailer.
a name. A lot of
was
our big Star Wars
awesome.
guys are going to be pretty
It
mad you
was
didn't
awesome.
remember.
I don't even care. And then there was that guy riding that thing. I forget what that was. That looked cool.
I don't even know
the
what you're
dude
talking
on,
about.
The dude riding that it wasn't a horse.
Hoverboard?
That was a hoverboard. Well, they had the speeder in there. That was dope. And they had like an AT-AT walker, or not an AT-AT, just the 2-legged one. I don't remember what those are called.
Is that ATST?
Yeah, maybe. Yep, that sounds right.
I don't know for sure.
I don't know
but
all the
I'll
specific
take credit.
names, but it had some great Star Wars imagery. I love the look of the Mandalorian, and then that final shot of what looks like bounties encased in carbonite. Now, I may or may not be wrong here, and I think I'm not, but this takes place post Jedi.
Right.
So this is like after everything, right?
Yes.
And this is in like the outer reaches.
And we already had an argument.
And we had an argument upstairs.
So I don't like the carbonite thing. I should say didn't. You made a fair point, but I'll present it.
Why don't you like it?
Because it doesn't make any sense to put people in carbonite in the sense that it was like a test thing. Like it wasn't like, it's not like normal, right? It's Vader's like, okay, we're going to throw Solo in there to make sure it doesn't kill Luke. Right. It's not like bounty hunters do this commonly. It's
correct.
A test thing. You need this big facility to do it. It's complicated. I don't understand why it would be common, especially a whole row.
Prior to the happenings of The Empire Strikes Back, you're right. It never had happened. But then Jabba puts on display bounty encased in carbonite, his most prized possession, right on display in his palace, where all sorts of ruffians and bounty
other
hunters go
huts
through
and stuff.
So word spreads, right? So that's a dope way to transport your bounties. You make sure they don't try to escape or run.
Well, it's a display piece. That's the biggest thing that sold me.
No, not even for the display piece, but it's minimizing.
But the argument
once
you made,
catch them, it's minimizing the risk, right?
Which is true, but at the same time, you throw them in your Rancor pit, they're probably going to have a hard time getting out too. The biggest
What
thing
if you
that
gotta deliver them alive?
Well, right, but once they get to Jabba, he can just throw it in the Rancor pit, right? My point is the piece that convinced me the most is, okay, so you got a guy who's like, you bring your already captured, incapacitated bounties to me, I'll freeze dry them up for you, and now me being a huge
Slick
big
business
boss,
guy. Oh, yeah.
put it on display, and now everybody knows you mess with me, I catch
So
you,
there's
get freeze
tons
dried.
of crime syndicates, right? Remember in Force Awakens, those
Yeah.
3 come after Solo
Right.
on his ship, right? Or 2 or whatever. You got those dudes in the red armor. There's all that stuff. So all these guys probably need bounties brought to them for
Right.
various reasons. And then the law around the galaxy also has probably bounties on bad guys. So you're probably
Right.
hunting both, right?
Right.
So you have to freeze them, bring them to that. And of course, some smart businessman's going to be like, hey, I can make a buck off
Right.
this. Because not every bounty hunter can afford a
Big facility to
right,
freaking
right.
freeze dry people.
But you bring me your bounties, I'll freeze them for you. You can take them on your way
Right.
and do with them what you want. Display them, bring them to the person who's
And
going to pay
really,
you.
the display part
whatever.
is the biggest deal because I can totally. It's kind of like you always see mob movies and they're like, we need to send a message, right?
Right.
You can't send a scarier message than he's still alive, frozen in carbonite on the
my
wall. Yeah,
Right. That's a badass,
right.
like,
I think it has
throwdown.
little to do with. Well, it would be easy to transport. I think it's more to do with. It's a really cool display piece. People, I mean, look at it. You've got a collection right behind you. If you were a bad guy and someone's like, I'll freeze everybody who messes with you in carbonite, you'd be like, yeah, I got a perfect spot for him.
Right.
It makes sense.
It does.
So I will concede that you made a lot of sense there. I still don't know how practical it is or if I like the fact that
Well,
people
and-
see it
and
in
we'll
Jabba's palace and now all of a sudden it becomes common, but it wasn't before.
We'll
but I can
see-
concede a little bit
we
to
will
that.
see November 12th
Right.
what
The details.
what the details behind
Right.
it is, right?
Right.
And see who's right and if we like it or dislike it. But everything I saw that, and I put this
Right.
up on all the social medias, I couldn't think of a bad word to say after watching that trailer.
Right.
Like, and that's not even me being like the Pollyanna glass half full guy that I normally
I mean,
am.
it's super
That's
solid.
me watching it and going, that's a minute and a half of just solid shots put together well to give you a
Right.
feel of Star Wars, but
I feel
also a
like-
feel of something that you don't know. You know what I mean?
Star Wars traditionally does really solid trailers, which is one of their boons. You know, everybody's always like super amped, even if they feel like they were scorned last time. They're always like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be the best movie I've ever seen in my
greatest
life."
trailer ever. Sold a movie that wasn't even real.
Right, but that's my point. Is they do such a good job with the trailers. I think I'd be surprised if this was a bad one. Even Solo, I thought it took forever to get the flipping trailer, but I was like, dude, I am in. I'm on board.
That movie wasn't great.
I like it, but yes, it's not
this
great.
show's gonna be great.
It'll be like the good version of Solo.
I have a feeling this show is going to be like a Western, like a weekly episodic. Like he goes on little adventures throughout the season, right?
Did you ever play the game, the Bounty Hunter game?
You ever seen the show Renegade with Lorenzo Lamas from?
I
the
think you
90s?
asked me that already, and I
Man,
said no.
Have I brought this up on the show already?
Yes.
All right. Well, now I'm just recycling old bits, but this could be the Renegade of our times with Star Wars.
So what I'm thinking, and the reason I bring up the
Rides from
game,
town to town on a speeder.
I'm betting it'll be like the game a little bit more.
the
Where
Bounty Hunter game.
yeah, so basically it's Dad, the
Boba
is
or
it
Django?
Django
Fett.
So it's Django, and he's basically it's convincing Dooku to give him that contract, right? So he's got an overarching bounty, but he does a bunch of little bounties on the way, right?
So it'll be similar to that, but not with any of those people.
Right.
'Cause
My
it's
point would be
different.
whoever the main person's going to be is going to be doing all the main bounties
The
leading up
Mandalor-
to
the Mandalorian.
up to we'll say a big bounty, a big contract, right? Little bounties that gather information on the big one.
There are a lot of great actors in here that I didn't know were in here. Like,
I still don't know.
Really?
I didn't look at the cast
not
list.
Gina Carano, but no shots at Gina Carano. But
Too late.
There are some other actors. I can't think of any of their names, but when you see him, you'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen that dude in things. He's good.
Right.
And then we had some news from Marvel, which was some weird news. I didn't know if we were going to get anything at
Yeah.
all.
This
And
is
I
kind of
definitely-
odd.
And I definitely didn't expect this. So they announced 3 more Disney Plus shows because apparently they're dropping so many on day one or like early
Right. They
on,
have to.
right?
They push so many forward. They have to
They're gonna be
backlog
like,
a
well,
little bit.
Now we got to give you what's actually coming out in those
Right,
days. Right. So they announced She-Hulk as a show.
Right.
I don't think they announced who She-Hulk's going to be, but they announced that as a show. They announced Moonknight. Internet must be having a great time right now.
Yes.
Guns firing, but it's not going to be Keanu Reeves, so people are going to be upset.
Yes.
And then
Wait, do we know that for sure?
100%.
Keanu don't do TV
He's
shows.
got Keanu don't do
He's
TV.
doing- he's
got
doing
Matrix
Matrix.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch the last episode. He's got Matrix 4 and he's got Bill and Ted's 3's taping. So
That's
he's got no
true.
time for that.
He ain't
Plus,
got no time.
the MCU
Considering he just did a freaking whatever spot in a video game, I think he's got time.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, the MCU just picked up a big actor. We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
But the third show they announced, Ms. Marvel. So She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel, and Moon Knight. That's a good lineup of new characters, and that characters that people are going to be excited about, that characters people have wanted.
Right.
Like Marvel does a good job, and these are Disney Plus shows. So if something like this hits, they could make movies. This could be their new way to find out
if they're worth movies.
If they're worth movies, this could be genius. This could be genius.
Soft testing.
This is test audience at a high. This is high level test audience. Right. I mean, it's still going to cost you a few milli, but it's not going to cost you a few hundred milli.
Look at Netflix. They throw all these crap things out, and for every good one, there's 2 bad ones.
Right.
But it works for them. You know, people talk about the good ones.
They do 1 season of Miss Marvel. It doesn't work. They move on. They do 6 seasons of Moon Knight because it's just bananas.
Kills. And the merchandising for Moon Knight's going to make up for the tiny little bit they lost on Ms. Marvel.
And since Marvel Studios is now doing it, unlike with Netflix stuff, unlike with ABC stuff, you could see these characters pop up in like a giant event. You know what I mean? Or get their own movie, or be a B player in a different movie.
Right.
The options are endless, and I am excited. Very excited. That's why I forced him down here.
I think you're a little more excited about
that's
who's there.
That's why I forced him down here to like make another video before he left, because he was trying to go home with the plate of mini muffins that we gave him and to go see his rats or something and to go have his me time. I don't even know. But then I talked him into like that's exactly what I want to know, Levi. So I made him do another video. But yeah, that was it. Hey, can you be quiet for 1 second? Come here, Peanut. Hey, real quick, are you sad that Spider-Man's leaving the MCU and there won't be any more Spider-Man movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Marvel and or Disney and Sony should just get it together and work something out? Because it's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. It's almost bedtime. Mandalorian, way awesome. Those 3 shows, way awesome. And I said the MCU just picked up a big actor. I said it. I teased it. Kit Harington, Jon Snow himself.
Oh, okay.
Game of Thrones.
See, I was gonna be like, I don't know Game of Thrones.
Your next Wolverine.
You think so?
That's what they're saying.
Oh boy.
Black people.
And Levi's got Black Panther. So Kit Harington is Wolverine. You know who Jon Snow is, right?
Kinda. Yes. I am
Like a
vaguely
cat.
aware. Yes.
Okay. So him as Wolverine. We got to go.
It's bedtime.
It is bedtime. Brian's got to get home. But yeah, that stuff was crazy. Check it out. Go watch on the internet. Like, share, subscribe. Levi, say goodbye.
Bye. Yeah.
Black Panther. Deuces. Say goodbye, Brian.
Goodbye, Brian.
If you like what you just saw, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and like our Facebook page.